Hello! This short video is about to present and demonstrate the joint value proposition of Akeneo PIM and Magento e-commerce all together. Magento and Akeneo share a lot of common things. They have a common co-founder. They have a very near ecosystem, almost the same, very equivalent business models and general philosophy. Moreover, 45% of Akeneo PIM clients are using Magento. So having the PIM serving the e-commerce goals of a manufacturer, of a brand, a corporate brand, using Magento makes total sense, and it's an end-to-end experience, for a common client. Akeneo PIM is used as the golden record engine of the product, where we really prepare the product data before it lands on a Magento platform. Every user in the company having a role in the enrichment process will have a login and a password and different responsibilities. They will be part of different projects and they will be in charge of different actions, having access to different areas of the catalog of the product listing. The PIM serves Magento users' goals being the central source of truth of the product and the place where the enrichment is happening, the product data enrichment. People will look at their portion of the catalog, having in mind the goal of the specific channel they are serving, say the online e-commerce. They will look after product values in certain locales, so a country and a language, and they will start using every single portion of the product data as a filter to retrieve the products they want to work on and prepare. A product is a very complex and rich content to prepare, so the idea is to have all the different layers of such a content properly prepared before it appears online. The very general information, some information is coming from the ERP, maybe, the technical information, the marketing information, the usage information, and all the content, all the value of the product will be presented, prepared for different channels, different locales, having in mind the completeness of the product and its different variations too, the way it varies according to different axes of enrichment. People will start collaborating on different levels of the product structure, say, and will send different content proposals. If they are a translator, they will send for approval a translation based on an English content, for example. They will translate it in another language. They will send better naming, more accurate technical data like the measures, etc. And such content proposals will be approved or rejected by content managers, for example. So at the end, we have different responsibilities over the product data, and it's fine, and it's fast. People will propose, translate, approve, do rollbacks on the product's content if need be, and check and improve the data quality. They will also categorize the product into different category trees that would reflect the e-commerce structure and the e-commerce website structure, for example. They will prepare the products for different assortments, different web stores on their Magento platform, and prepare the product data, of course, serving the merchandising efforts and the personalized marketing content, of course, through proper and very specific attribute values. These different content can be very specific to certain category of users, certain targets, certain markets, etc. When the product is 100% complete for the e-commerce channel in a certain country, and so therefore ready to be sent to that part of the website, say the web store, the store view. It will be sent via an API, a REST API, that is exposing the content that is ready to be sent to the e-commerce platform. So let's move to Magento now, and let's get back to the same product data sheet seen from the backend of Magento. The backend of Magento is connected to the PIM thanks to a connector that is on Magento side, and such a connector is consuming Akeneo PIM REST API to synchronize the data. It synchronizes the structure of the product, it synchronizes the classifications, it synchronizes the product content and the product related assets too. Such a connector is actually heavily maintained by Akeneo and a partner. Akeneo is spending time and dedicating internal resources for such a connector to be the preferred connector, and the connector that Akeneo is supporting and is advising to anyone who would like to achieve such a connection. The connector is on Magento side, and in the dashboard it consists of an additional entry in the menu allowing e-commerce administrator to organize the way the data will be synchronized. And the data flow synchronization will happen in most of the case, if not all the case, on a regular basis. So instead of launching the synchronization of the categories, the PIM product families, the attribute sets in Magento, the attributes of the products, so the taxonomy of each product type, the options that you would find in any options lists, the product model and their variants, of course, all that synchronization that can be achieved manually is meant to be scheduled in order for happening on a regular basis and as often as need be, of course. Importing these different structures and content is quite fast actually, and the idea is that such a scheduled synchronization should handle the delta of what is modified and enriched in the PIM and ready from one moment to another one, and it's something that is likely to happen every hour or every half an hour, every 10 minutes if need be, or just every night if it's not that frequent at the end. So it's not something that the end user of the PIM or Magento should care about, but it's something that the solution integrator and the PIM administrator and the e-commerce administrator will agree on. So right now I just launched the product model synchronization, and then I will launch the product synchronization. That will be enough actually to make the last modifications I did or accepted on the content here to become the working copy that will appear online on the Magento, side. So everything that I prepared in the PIM can be re-edited if need be on the Magento backend, but the design of such an architecture is really to make the PIM the source of truth for the product content in order for Magento to be the real e-commerce platform, so that you don't care too much about the product. It's already handled in the PIM, but you really care about the goal, which is selling the products and proposing excellent merchandising and great personalized marketing content and experience online. Well, as you can see, it's almost achieved, almost done. So what I can do now is to get back to my catalog of products. The content will now come from the PIM, of course, and I will retrieve in my Amor wool jacket the content I prepared. So the different characteristics, technical data, usage information, style, fit, and so on in the different attribute groups and attributes that I define in the PIM. So the product specification I define in the PIM, the marketing content, etc., the description, are the one I prepared here in the PIM. So this is it. I'm almost done. I'm ready to launch a new collection. Such a collection was a project we handled in the PIM as a global team effort. The goal was to increase the new collection's revenue with excellent content, and the product is handled in the PIM so that we're ready to make this happen on Magento. This is it. At Akeneo and Magento, we are happy to answer any more detailed question on that you may have. That's our pleasure to give you any details if need be. Thanks for listening and have an excellent time with Akeneo and Magento.